The Venezuelan dish we're making today is so versatile yet so simple. You can make it with meat, chicken, veggies, or whatever suits your fancy. I'm back here in the kitchen with Neil Fuentes. Happy New Year, Neil.
Happy New Year, gorgeous.
All right, what is this called again?
Arepa.
Arepa.
I know, you guys can't pronounce that.
I'm trying.
Yeah. So basically, arepas is a corn dough that is cooked. Pretty much, that's all it is. And in my country, we eat it at breakfast, we eat it lunch, we eat it as a snack, and there's different ways that you can make them.
Okay.
You can make them very, very low fat, or you can make them really high fat. So, for example, you can make them boiled, which is in this case, I put one here that is boiled. And in this one particularly, I added a little bit of sugar, a little bit of sweetness to do a contrast with this great chicken that I made actually this morning. In here, I have another one that is also boiled, and then I put a little bit of...
You're saying boiled?
Yeah, boiled.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm boiled. And then I put, this is pork belly. With a little crema fresca, a little tomato.
Lovely.
For breakfast, I have one here that is baked. Okay, and then, you know, with your eggs and your bacon, etc., etc.
Like an English muffin, it looks like.
Yeah, kind of. Or kind of like a pita bread, you know what I mean?
Oh,
that you
sure.
open it like a pita bread.
Like the snack over here, right?
Exactly. So this would be like a snack time.
Okay, very
You know what I mean?
nice.
In the afternoon, you know, normally this is what happens. My grandmother or your grandmother or anybody's grandmother or mother, they will get up at 6 in the morning, and the first thing they say is, let me make the coffee and let me make the arepas. And they make about 25 to 30 of them. And throughout the day,
you eat the arepas.
Everybody in the whole family.
Can you have dessert arepas?
You can have dessert arepas as well. And then you can really get creative with this. For example, my mom, one of the favorites is this kind. What she does is she grabs pig skins.
Pig skins?
And she crushes them and she puts them in the dough. Ooh. So I made something similar, but instead of putting pig skin, because there's way too much fat in it, this is turkey bacon.
See, New Year's resolution. We're all eating healthier.
Yeah, I crushed them and I put them in the dough, and then I made this delicious arepa. And actually, you can eat them by themselves. Taste that. They're so good. They're so good. Now,
tastes like breakfast.
Let me show you how they're made.
Okay.
So the ratio is basically 1 to 1. If you 2 cups of the flour, 2 cups of water. 1 cup of the flour, 1 cup of the water.
No, this is unique flour. This is not typical.
But you can find this everywhere now.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Absolutely. So I'm going to put a little water here. I already measure a cup of water.
Okay.
And then here I have, isn't that good? And then I have a cup of the flour. And what is the trick? The trick is you start moving. The flour is going to start absorbing
You're using
all
your
the
hands.
water. Yeah, of course. Of course. If something like this happens, you see that it gets a little watery, don't be afraid. All you got to do is just grab a little more of the flour, put it right in there. All right, hold that for me.
Sure.
There you go. No, this one.
Oh.
There you go. And then pretty much you start moving it, you see? You start moving it and moving it. And it's like any other dough. So the way I teach it to any person that is making arepas is I say you could continue to knead and continue to knead until the dough clings the bowl.
Okay.
Pretty much that's what it is. So if you start kneading and kneading, what's going to happen is all the dough is going to get together and eventually it's going to cling the bowl.
Okay,
See that?
Sense. Yeah,
See that? What I mean? How
gotcha.
it's grabbing everything now? And it's going to become just one piece of dough.
Why is this easier than a spoon?
So look at this. Big, why?
Yeah.
Come on, you have to use your hands. That's how grandmothers and great-grandmothers used to make it. No spoons. No. No.
All right.
And then what you do is you separate this in as many as you want. In this case, I'm going to just grab a little bit of that. Just like this, see? And then you make a little ball.
Okay.
You get a little ball. You want to have water with you at all time when you're making this, because the water is what makes the dough. So you see, I'm wetting my hand, and then I'm making the ball, and then I start squeeze, and you start forming the disc. And then what happens is you clap.
What?
You clap, you go clap. And then you make the arepa. See, that's that. And then you put it in something like this, like a frying pan or something like that, with a little bit of oil, right? And then you're gonna let them cook for both sides, just like this.
How long does this take about, Neil?
That's gonna take probably about 5 minutes.
All right, let me ask you, while that's cooking, tell me about Solito Libre.
Sonido Libre.
I was close this time, right?
Sonido, you always mess up the name. Sonido Libre. We're on break right now.
Okay.
We're about to reconvene again next week, start rehearsals, and start getting ready our new show for the 2013. So lots of surprises coming up. So a lot of crazy things are coming up with that show.
Are you going to be around the city down here, or where are you going to be?
We're going to be, well,
everywhere in Connecticut?
We're starting to book everything else. I don't want to disclose anything yet, but it's going to be a big surprise. I'm going to be changing costumes every 5 minutes. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
That.
Absolutely. My classes are going great too.
Good.
I'm going to start posting my classes probably this week. So in a couple of days, just go to www.neilfuentes.com, check the schedule, and start booking your classes because they're going to be fun this year. So back to the arepa. Look at that. What's happened is...
They're getting brown.
Yeah,
good.
See how it started getting a crust? Now we're going to bake them.
Oh, okay.
So we go from here into the oven.
You could put that whole frying pan in there, couldn't you?
No, because you want to put it right on the rack. I already have some over here that I've been baking. And it's what's going to happen is, you see, they're going to become a little hard because you see how the
like
crust.
Sure.
And this, you can actually see how the smoke is coming out.
Now, would you put butter on this?
You can put butter, you can put cream, you can put whatever you want in it. Just have fun with it.
Great.
You know what I mean? And you don't necessarily need to make them round. Like my mom used to make something called bollito. And bollito is something that you make with the dough too, but instead of making it round, you make it like this, like a Twinkie.
Oh, okay.
Like the disappeared Twinkies.
Gotcha.
And then you boil them as well, and you can eat them with cheese, with a little bit of crema fresca, just like this one.
Looks great, yeah.
So, would you like to try one of these ones?
I have my bacon one. It's
you
fantastic.
Have your bacon one?
Yeah, it's very good.
But you have to try one with, like, I have a ham and cheese one. Here.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to taste this at the end of the show, Neil.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being here. The recipe's over at WTNH.com. Coming up, relationship counselor T.C. Brantley has some tips for dealing with a strong-willed spouse when style returns. Don't go anywhere.